Here comes the weather.
Good morning, I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill from the KMET Weather Center. For your Beaumont area and the Banning area for the Monday daytime, expect frost through the mid-morning, sunny skies otherwise, those highs in the lower 60s. For the daytime hours in the IE area, sunny skies, highs in the mid-60s. And for the daytime in the Coachella Valley, sunny skies, highs in the 60s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I appreciate all of you in social media land. Thank you very much for your well wishes. This weekend was one that I would like to try to forget, but it was one to remember, of course. If you're out there, I will say this. Be careful. There are crazy people out there. I know, in the last, I think, week and a half, we recently didn't really mention it, but there's a lot of violence happening in the LA area and even across California. And some people are blaming the state of affairs that we're in. I will say, I always tell our very own Jesse Sanchez, be careful out there. You never know when the crazy people are going to be in your neck of the woods. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning. I am glad you're okay. When I saw those pictures, I was heated. I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah, it was terrible. For those of you that don't know, I did post really quick on Sunday. Actually, this happened on Saturday. Actually, just so people know, around 9:40 a.m. in the morning. And I will say this: I do hope the guy gets at least in prison at some point because it was assault. He did steal my cell phone. So, and on the outside of the McDonald's. So, thankfully, it happened in a public area. Having said that, people oftentimes kind of, I don't know how to say this, but they kind of don't realize how quick and fast it can happen, right? And for those wondering, it's on, actually, I was hit on both sides and kind of left away. I don't know how long, if I was passed out or at all. I kind of want to see the footage. But I have a big, right here is where it was, and then I have some scarring over here, and I was hit on both sides, my cheeks like boom, 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 and all I could know and say is be careful out there, man. If this can happen at a McDonald's, right? With the kids around and families around, this can happen anywhere, right? And that's exactly what has happened in our own area. I was kind of like on the fence, right, Jesse? I was on the fence going, do I go on air? Do I not go on air looking like this? I guarantee I look like I hope it'll go down. I'm pretty sure it'll go down. If anybody has some great ideas on how to make it go down, that would be great. But it's one of those things. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, Jesse, but man, it's a pain in the butt, literally.
I have not gotten into a physical fist fight in such a long time. Um, it will never happen again. I will never be robbed again. Mainly because if I'm ever in that situation, they're gonna have to kill me. It is what it is. I'm tired. I'm not gonna have my stuff being taken away by some loser. So they're either gonna have to kill me, or upon them physically touching me, they're gonna have to handle with my blades. So I do not I do not walk around the streets unarmed because I already know that people are crazy. I am not a physical fighter, so I need ways to defend myself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying on that. And I will say this, and I'm glad it kind of shared my story. Sometimes people don't share the story when they get, robbed like this. But I will say it's always better to come out the other side and be victorious. I will say this. I did go to the police station the day after because I wasn't able to meet with the police in the moment of it all. I was actually literally on my way to Santa Monica to go pick up some very important equipment for a new network that we're starting. And I was excited about that, but I had to use the restroom. And, as anybody does in the middle of something, you go, okay, I got to use the restroom. Where am I going to go? McDonald's. That would be the obvious choice, right? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That probably wasn't the best choice, especially in South Central LA, which then you go, I get it now, right? So the guy was Latino, period, end of story. He's caught on camera. I hope the police actually, follow through on it. I'm told a detective's supposed to follow up. It's not that hard to get a guy like that because you just go to the point of sale. He was a customer, and obviously he bought his food, so technically that should be on his purchase, right? Like unless he paid cash. But more often than not, they could check through a point of sale. Now, if I got stabbed or murdered, I guarantee you that would be the best way to find the guy, right? Like it would be the easiest way to happen. But yeah, it was bloody. It was, I almost thought I kind of suffered a concussion. It was a pain in the butt. But I will say this, we have to come out on the other side of things and just say, you know what? Unallowed. We do not care for violence in this way. We do not care for people to, out of nowhere, seriously. And I did not punch the guy. I didn't punch the guy. And I did take video of him, but he stole my phone because of it. So that's when he came at me a second time. And that was on the outside. First, he came at me on the inside, right next to the worker. So I know that was captured on camera. But the second part was on just the outside when I wanted to make sure, I knew who this guy was so I could file a report. But he stole my phone in the meantime. So that's my Galaxy Note. So now I don't have a Galaxy Note, Jesse. Now I have my iPhone. Thank God I had a second phone. But my point is this. You have to be careful. And as you can see, I mean, this is... I was like, do I get stitches? Do I not? Do I just pretend like I went into an MMA fight and then just come out the other side of it and just say, yeah, I'm an MMA fighter now. I know what it's like to get clobbered in my face. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. What do you do, Jesse? What do you do?
To be honest, that was going to be my excuse, so you stole it. So I honestly don't know. I was going to be like, yeah, I'm a boxer and MMA fighter. But
Yeah.
the only other thing is I ran into a building trying to rescue some kids. A wall fell on me, and this is what happened.
A wall fell on me. And then it makes front page headlines of me getting pummeled outside of McDonald's. Look, here's what I could say. I guarantee they're going to get that information. They're going to get out there, and there you go. I always wonder now how some of these make the news stories, because you know how hard it is to get your video footage from the people at McDonald's. You have to file a claim. Then you have to make sure that you file a claim with the police department in order to release your footage. And then I wonder if, I have to get an attorney to be able to go that next level to be able to say, can I get a copy of my footage or what the heck? So I don't know. I just know it's going to be a pain in the butt, but I'm hoping one thing will lead to another. And if anything, it's at least an answer to other people to say, be careful out there. Now I will say this. I always look at the positive whenever I post things like this in social media. And I will say I had a lot of comments. Thank you to all that actually responded and some of you that actually called and said, hey, by the way, are you okay? What can I do? And I want to say thank you. I haven't talked to people in a long time that are saying, hey, are you okay? And I'm not going to lie. I've been kind of bed resting it. I've been sore. It's hard to sleep. Taking pain medication like crazy. And so I know the swelling will go down. I get it. But for right now, I'm just like, really? During this time? I think we have an event like on the 23rd. I'm debating whether going. You know what I mean, Jesse? Like,
Right? Like, how do you explain the giant gash on the side of your face or your swollen cheeks? And I think, see right here on this side, it looks a little bit puffy and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm super puffy. So if you guys I did read chamomile tea is good, especially on the inside, because I think basically what happened was not only did I get punched here, but I think it cut up the inside, so it got swollen with that. So I hope that the swelling goes down in a little bit. All right, let's see what you guys are saying on social media. Olga Sainz and Casey tuning in. Thank you. Andy Kyle tuning in. Nicole Cazares, thank you for tuning in. Stephanie Reed from Cleveland, Ohio says, hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine. Awesome, this busy day ahead for today. Shelly Watson, Algenia says, sorry about what happened. So sad. That look on your face said it all. Enough is enough. Was the look on your face? Oh, it was like, poor baby. Yeah. And it says, Ben Gay will help with swelling. I don't know that it helps with swelling. It helps with soreness. I think if anything that helps with swelling, I think it's because it's antihistamine sometimes help with swelling, but this is a different type of swelling, so I don't know. We'll see. Rosalie says, good morning, everyone. Stephanie says, waiting for snow, praying for a white Christmas like last year. Junyi Yen, or Chen, rather, is watching. Thank you for tuning in. But I will say this. I did post this on social media, and I saw about 3 or 4 different posts of people saying, I got assaulted too, or I got robbed too. There was a girl that said, she's an actress, who said she just got robbed by 3 men last week. And I was like, dang. So let's see. I'm going to look for a couple of these. Yeah, there's a couple of them, and because of that, here's one. Lisa says, "This is horrible. These types of muggings are increasingly common. Sadly, it becomes a normal thing to hear or read about in the news. To be mugged, though, is very shocking when it happens to oneself. I hope you're able to give a description of the mugger. I was mugged at knife point in early 2013 when walking alone in a residential area with very little traffic. I ran after the perpetrator in an attempt to get someone to help me, all to no avail. And because I was wearing flip flops, I threw them off my feet along with dropping items as I was carrying. Sadly, while trying to chase after the man, I dropped my umbrella, water bottle. Upon trying to retrieve these items, they too were stolen." Now, that's from Lisa Nagar or NK Gare. And these are the type of things that people don't often share, but I say, you know what, why not? Share and then share alike. I did kind of do a little bit in my mind going, well, is he really going to go to prison? Is he going to like cause other people to go against me? I go, you know what? Who cares at the end of the day? I want this guy to at least not do more harm to people than not. Because if a guy comes at you, and I didn't swing, I didn't do anything, and comes at you and then attacks you and then steals your phone, leaves you bloodied, and believe me, the blood was all over. What kind of guy does that guy have as a family? Like, if he's married, does he assault his wife? Does he assault his family? Does he? If you could do that in plain public for over nothing, then what kind of violence do you usually have after that? Especially if you get away with it. So I'm like, no. I had a moment. I'm like, I'm not gonna let this guy get away with it. I'm not gonna not report it. And there you go. You have to do that. Isabella Pasquale in social media says, I was also assaulted too near USC. It's rough out here, right? That's the other one that I saw. Let's see. And then other people are like, we need more info. I'm like, dude, I don't lie about these things. Like, some people are like, we need to know what store, this and that. I'm like, okay, just one thing at a time. I need the officers to do what they got to do, the detectives to do what they got to do, and see if they can actually find this guy. It's not that hard. If I were a detective, I'd say, look at the point of sale. When he made a purchase, he was a customer at McDonald's, and if you could find out the credit card, then you got the guy. It's not that hard. And because he stole my phone, it's more than just an assault. It's now, I don't know what they call it, but it's a $1,300 item. So you stole something from somebody else because they had footage of you. That alone says you're guilty, right? I mean, doesn't that say that, Jesse? I mean, you can't even spin it another way, can you?
Wait, you said your phone was $1,300?
Well, yeah, that's how much it is retail. The Galaxy Note.
So technically, they passed the $9.99 stolen mark, to where it's like, oh, you can be set free.
Oh, can they do that? They do that?
Because a lot of these people that are stealing, they steal under $999 so that they don't get in trouble.
Oh, then he's completely bosh.
Wouldn't over $1,000 be like something a little bit more serious than petty crime or something?
Is that, well, technically, yeah. I think it's I don't know what it's called exactly. So it's 900. Wait, hold on. $999.
I don't know. I could just be making stuff up, but it's just that's what it seems like. Because like a lot of these criminals are just grabbing small handfuls enough so that they don't get in trouble.
Ah. Okay. Because I see as of late, a lot of people are upset at Newsom, by the way, and I can see why. A lot of violence has erupted here in California, like out of nowhere, right? We get protesting, we get that, and how that could be turned like upside down all of a sudden. Not saying anything about the protesters, but those that kind of take advantage of the situation. I get that, but this is a situation which is actually happening in California in an increasing speed. Now, according to what I saw it this week. I go, are you kidding me? Now you're saying that? Newsom said the $270 million in grant money, as well as $25 million for small businesses victimized by theft, because that's a big thing right now, right? I saw I guess a spree of 3 armed gunmen, I think they're armed, I'm not sure, robbing 7-Elevens. They're now like on the look for those guys, right? Yeah, I know, 7-Eleven, really? And then there's other ones that are coming up, like, these sprees where they just smash and grabs, and business owners are completely like, what am I going to do, right? But according to this, will be in his proposed budget when it's released in January. So the $270 million in grant money, $25 million for small businesses victimized by theft will be in his proposed budget. The government said organized gangs have struck in California and across the country, heightening the anxiety. Now, I will say this. I saw on ABC LA, a shooting happened really out of nowhere between two gang members, and I guess he was kissing his girl or something with his girl, and that was on there as well. So shootings are becoming more rampant. This is just one of many little things, and like I said, this guy was Latino. I don't think he's a gang member. I just think he has a problem with obviously like anger, right? He's like seriously. Newsom said the rules are the rules, the laws are the laws, and we just want people to be held to account. Yeah, it kind of was that way before you loosened it. I remember back, I think, I want to say a year and a half. Remember when in San Francisco, back to what you were saying, certain like petty crime was considered not a big thing. And then recently, I believe somebody got locked up for something really bad, but they got let go the very next day. And these are the type of things we were going, well, no wonder violence is picking up. Like, like people don't have any repercussion. What's going on there?
There's no penalty, and when you're going to jail, you're out in like a day or two, and you slap on the wrist, nothing happens.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, if you're a small business owner and people do smash and grabs, what are you supposed to do? It's going to take forever for insurance to get your money back.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're up to the point to where you have to defend yourself. You're going to have to make your store look like something from like South Central where you use like a locked gate. Once you're in, you get buzzed in, and it's just not going to look attractive.
Oh, here it is. This is the one you were talking about, Jesse. Okay, so according to this, Newsom called a special legislative session to modify elements of Proposition 47. Proposition 47 is probably the worst thing since sliced bread. The 2014 voter-approved ballot measure that reclassified some felony drug and theft offenses as misdemeanors. Proposition 47 raised the dollar amount for which a theft can be prosecuted as a felony from $400 to $950. So that's what you're talking about. So I'm actually glad now that retail, the Galaxy Note, is more than $950, right? Because that counts.
Right.
Although I will say the officer that actually said it, he goes, well, do you know if he took it or not? I'm like, he came at me, and then when I was like out of whatever I was, it wasn't there. Well, yeah, but you can't prove it. I'm like, it was there. He attacked me, and then it was gone. Yeah, but you didn't see him take it. No, because I was kind of unconscious. Like, what part of that do you not understand? I'm like, look, at the very least, it's probably on the camera, okay? Like, can we just get access to the cameras from McDonald's and figure that out? And then we could prove whoever took it, whoever said they didn't take it. Of course the guy's going to say, I didn't take it, but it wasn't there on my person right after I got attacked. How could, like, what does it do? Get legs and walk away? That doesn't make sense. So, it doesn't make sense. But that's the kind of mentality sometimes you have to go about it. And you have to say, look, people, can we just, and thankfully the other officer said you still have to make a report of it, even if you can't prove he took it. That's what he told the other officer. The other officer's like, oh, okay, so we have to report it. I'm like, yeah, yikes. So at least we have good people taking information down and then some. But anyway, look, that's why I look swollen. I didn't get into a fight because I wanted to. I actually let the guy hit me, which I think is probably the best thing because technically he is all like wrong, right? So there is no one that could say I started it. Nobody could say they just can't say. And then because he stole, now he's in that category. And there you go. Now, Hyde Dunsmore said, we've got to get that back down to at least $400. He needs to call a special session of the legislature right now to roll some of these statutory changes back so law enforcement can do its job. Now, what you're saying is true, Jesse. If you just, and that's the thing, criminals are not stupid. They're like, okay, $800, I don't have a felony, right? There is no repercussion. Who the heck thought $400 to $900 was a smart thing? I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Right? These people can literally walk into a store, grab a PlayStation, grab an Xbox, or grab something under $900, and then store it away, and then they'll be back out in the streets in a couple days. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like we should go back to the time where you remove a hand if you're caught stealing, but then that's just so barbaric.
That's the certain countries we don't.
Let's not do that. But we really need to do something about these thieves that are just think they can come into stores and do what they want.
Yeah, according to this, 30 states have increased the dollar amount threshold for felony theft offenses since 2005. More than half of all states have a felony theft threshold of $1,000 or more, In Texas, the threshold for a felony offense is $2,500. Okay, so I guess I get a little bit of that, but Californians are a little crazy with that. They go a little too much, and we've had more violence than not. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, that's why we're getting a bunch of smash and grabs. But if you got to think of the employees too. And as I even said to those at McDonald's, I said, what if the guy had a gun or a knife? This is a type of, and not look, to their defense, McDonald's in South Central already has a lot of suspicious characters coming in, right? So I get the anxiety in there, but I was there for quite a while, and I saw a lot of things happen. And all I got to say is, be careful, people. Be careful, okay? Marcy says, COVID regulations are making this hard, letting criminals out sooner. It's insane. I get why they're doing this, but I think criminals know this. Everyone's taking advantage of this, and I agree 100%. So there you go. And Stephanie says, was there a tracker on your phone? Because phones have a way to track. I will say this. It was a Galaxy Note. I don't think I set that up. If I do know, I will let you know, but I don't think I did. And I'm not really sure. I just want to recover the stuff off of my phone and then some. But I had to call Verizon and say, hey, just mark it as stolen. And there you go. And I had to do that quick and fast. But anyway, that's why I look all cray-cray. But be cool with it. And then make sure it's while it goes down. So, all right, people. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Jay from the Educated Retirement, wanting to thank absolutely everybody and have a happy and wonderful holiday season.
This is Grandpa. I want to say happy holidays to everybody. We pray that you have a wonderful time. We pray that you be healthy and get back with your family one more time. So happy holidays to you from Grandpa.
This is Daryl McCants with the West Coast Business Review, wishing all of you a happy holiday season and a happy new year. Thank you for listening every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And a shout out to the team there at KMET.
The Holiday Inn Express in Suites and Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff and spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express in Suites and Banning, conveniently located at the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
HolySupplies.com. We are your go-to online shopping source for all discount Catholic products. We have Catholic statues for indoor or outdoor use. Statues from 8 inches to 24, 36, 48, 60, and even 72 inches tall. HolySupplies.com is your source for traditional Catholic statues. You can get a 20% discount on your first order with free shipping on orders over $50 using the discount code KMET. Please visit HolySupplies.com today. Use discount code KMET to get your discounts.
Ontario International Airport is on to a better way to fly with over 65 daily non-stop flights to more than 20 major destinations and the easiest airport experience in Southern California. Visit flyonto.com/Ontario to learn more about Ontario International Airport today.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. And Jesse, I understand you went to the theater this weekend. I did not get a chance to make it. Did you see what I was hoping you were going to see, and was it worth it?
Yes, I went on Friday. I was able to talk my girlfriend into staying home because she was sick. But yeah, no, oh my God, I've never seen a theater pack so much. And just, it was crazy. So everybody was there for Spider-Man No Way Home. And I really don't want to say too much about the movie, except for, to me, felt like almost a perfect movie.
Really? Almost a perfect? Wow.
I will not tell. I really don't want to get any spoilers, or just like I don't want to give my excitement, because even my excitement will lead to something that's in the movie. So what I'm going to say is the movie was actually different than what I thought it was,
Okay. Okay.
in a good way.
Okay. Okay. Not what you would expect normally.
Yes.
Okay.
Now it's like, because when I was watching the trailer, I was just thinking of things. How is this going to work? And it worked. So I was just like, to me, it was almost a perfect movie for Spider-Man, and it was so great. People were cheering, people were screaming in the middle of the theater.
Wow.
My fiance was screaming in the middle of the theater.
Wow.
But people were cheering by the end of it. It was such a great film. I loved it. Everyone came out to see it. Every seat was pretty much filled.
Okay.
And it was crazy. So if you have a chance to watch Spider-Man and you've seen the others, go watch it.
I'm not gonna lie. I was, I was one of those, like, I was gonna spend the time by myself, a whole like a lot, and I wanted to go see it at the drive-in, right? And there's a good one, Tiki Drive-In, and I want to say Montclair. It's in Montclair. And in Montclair, they have a really cool drive-in, right? And so I was like, okay, I want to see a double feature, but I want to see Ghostbusters Afterlife, right? Which you say is good, and Spider-Man. But no, they were only playing Spider-Man, and that was it. I was like, darn it. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to go by myself. I'll just wait. But having said that, were you going to say something?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I hate it when that happens. When it's just like Spider-Man, or it's like the same movie over and over again. I'm like, come on, mix it up.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Eugenia and Kirsten says Spider-Man was great. They said reviews were awesome with a twist. Good morning, Judy, who's tuning in from Walla Walla, Washington. Yeah, I will say this. Like, the little spoiler that I saw, I'm not going to say out there, but I think that's probably the moment when everybody probably said, oh, yeah, I cannot wait, right, for the future of the multiverse is what I'll call it, right? But I could be wrong, but I'm gonna keep it with that. I don't want people to know too much. Probably like in a week and a half, everybody will have watched, and there you go. And then Matrix comes out this week, right? So I'm like excited about that.
Yep, Matrix comes out Wednesday. I plan on watching it.
I plan on watching it too, man. So there you go, and that's how we're gonna roll. Let's see. Melinda tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. We cannot wait to see the footage from Oscar the Game Boy, which actually attended the Comic-Con convention, which I wanted to make out, but I didn't get a chance to make it out. But there you go. Look, everybody, I appreciate you. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm sure this will go down within like a few days, and whatever will like help it go down faster is what I'm looking for. But let me share a little bit of info here. And this is the latest. Look, a lot of people have a lot of questions about, well, everything that's going on, right? And I will say, violence in LA, just be careful, all right? Like I tell you sometimes, Jesse, don't get mad at the wrong people. You never know if they're going to shoot you, right? Or stab you now. But this is the latest. And these are symptoms about right? Everybody's calling it different things. It used to be called Omicron. Now they're calling it Omicron. But, I don't know who, switched it up all of a sudden. Because I think Omicron isn't it like a alpha, beta, delta?
I've always referred to it as Omicron.
Yeah.
And the only reason I refer to that is because it sounds like the name of a planet from Futurama.
Okay,
so
I can see that.
That's how I memorize it, because Omicron. So
yeah, but when it first came out, it was Omnicron, which makes sense, like Delta, Beta, right?
At first, I thought you were messing with me, but I went back and typed it in for newspaper report, and yeah, they were calling it Omicron.
Yeah, especially I think when you sent it to me on social media, you said, "Oh, look at this." I think you said it, or maybe somebody else did. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to call it the okay? World health leaders are warning that the new COVID variant discovered in November, could cause severe consequences. Researchers around the world are working tirelessly to learn everything they can about the newest iteration of the virus, which boasts, check this out, now they're calling it the Frankenstein mix of mutations, including more than 30 on the all-important spike protein. There's still questions about it, but here are some of the symptoms, and if you find yourself feeling this way, then you're going to want to check it out. Big shout out to Joel Ortiz, who says, "Good morning, I'm glad to see you up and running at your microphone. Have a great day, great week. When you're out in the hammock, give me a holler. I host you over here at my photography studio." Dude, as soon as this goes down, I'm there. I did not want to take a photo with this messed up and that. No way, no thank you. But I'll take you up on that, Joel. He's awesome. So all of this is bad news, but the first doctor to alert authorities about who was treated about 2 dozen patients infected with the variant, said that the symptoms of the patients were surprising and relatively benign. The symptoms were so different, so mild from those I had treated before. Some experts are saying that the illness appears to be more mild, though mild symptoms can be debilitating. There's a chance that a mild infection can still lead to long COVID. Overall, you should be on the lookout for the most common symptoms: fevers or chills, cough, runny nose, headache or muscle aches, gastrointestinal issues, and loss of taste or smell. There's still a lot that they do not know, but if you are possibly exhibiting any one of these, then you do need to get tested ASAP. Now, I will say this. On the East Coast, the news is that they've actually run out of coronavirus tests. So each and every day, they got to figure out what they're going to do next. There are some over-the-counter, at-home ones that you can do. But remember, not all are created the same. Just because you have coronavirus doesn't mean you know which variant it is. So I have a feeling some of these numbers are a little bit down. And they need to know which variant you have in order to treat it properly. Does that make sense? Because you got to treat the alpha, the beta, the I think the delta, different from there's a delta plus. Nobody talks about it, which is actually worse than the delta. And then there's lambda, there's mu, and now there's right? So however you deal with it, make sure that you take care of it. And again, here's another story here in Canada that are dealing with it as well. I will say that the news headlines here in LA are a little skewed, but if you look on the East Coast in New York, they're really dealing with it as they usually do right before us. So I feel like we're still like a 3 to 4 week out situation. There are a number of mutations according to the World Health Organization, though the virus acts differently from other variants that are circulating. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention explains the variant will spread more easily than previous strains. It's still too early to know how it compares to the Delta variant. And I will say this, if you have the vaccine, good, but this is one that they're going to have to prepare for coming up in the next few months. And listening to Pfizer, they know this already because they're going to need a new vaccine for this new strain. They do not have, for the last ones that have already been out, it ready for the The is a brand new one. So they're good against Delta, and they're good against a couple others, but we have to remember about these strains. Just because you have the vaccine does not mean you can't get the Now, can you get hopefully better from it? I would say I don't know until we figure out that information. But try not to, kiss anybody that seems like they're pretty sick and then someone just let it go away naturally, and then hopefully they'll be fine. But if it gets into your lungs and you have problems, then be careful. Some health experts say that symptoms might include night sweats, fatigue, mild muscle aches, and a scratchy, dry throat, which oddly enough kind of mirrors what, Jesse? The cold or the flu?
A basic cold.
Yeah, a basic cold, exactly. So be careful over there and watch out for each other, because that's what we've got to do. Algenia says New York mayor is being honest quickly and ahead of others. Yeah, and he has to be. These are the type of things that you hope you don't get, but if you do, you'll be ahead of it. All right, people, we got more right after this. Golden Globes have made their announcement on the movies that you might find of interest. So let's talk about that next year on The Morning Show. Okay, Jesse?
Facing a criminal charge and the possibility of a jail sentence can be terrifying. Wallen and Claridge is here to help you. Call 877-466-5245. Our law firm has been successfully defending clients facing crimes for over 40 years. We have offices throughout Riverside and San Bernardino County. Call us at 877-466-5245. That is 877-4-NO-JAIL for a free phone consultation. We will be there when you call.
Are dogs really man's best friend? One Unwavering Friend, Heartwarming Tales of Men and Dogs by notable author Dr. Chris Blazina shares stories of some of history's greatest men and their dogs. One Unwavering Friend tells how Napoleon, Dickens, Darwin, and Freud were influenced by their loving canine connections. The perfect holiday book for men with dogs and the women who love them both. Give a Puppy to Amazon Worldwide, Barnes & Noble.
Hello, I'm Dr. Fujan Zain. I'm a psychotherapist and a life coach for the past 30 years, and I'm the originator of the Awareness Integration Therapy. I'd love to be able to support you in any matters of life that shows up for you that you need support. So call me at 818-648-2140. I am available to do online therapy or coaching, anyone who's around the world. And you can also join me in my office in San Clemente, California, if you like to come to the office. So call me at 818-648-2140 or go to fujon.com. I look forward to hearing from you and having the opportunity to support you in things that are in your life and you just want to excel and create an amazing life for yourself and everyone around you.
The staff and families at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers take this time out to recognize and salute the Palm Desert men and women in uniform, standing tall for our political and economic freedoms around the world. Let's always remember them in our thoughts and prayers. Their efforts abroad and our support have kept America strong. That message was courtesy of your good friends at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers, 42201 Beacon Hill in Palm Desert. They're always working to keep our community moving in a positive direction.
There's more to the water you drink than you think. It's structure that matters the most to your body. So healthy is clean and pure and mineralized, but processed has lost the structure essential to water. It comes right back with the golden ratio. Your glassware is all it takes, so get it right. You'll be sharper by day and sleep better at night. GoldenRatioProducts.com.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. And so far, Jesse Sanchez saying, go watch Spider-Man. Will you see it a second time, Jesse?
Honestly, I probably will because I want to. There's a bunch of Easter eggs that I missed, like little things. Like, let's see. There was one moment in the film where I smacked my fiance. I was like, "Did you see it? Did you see it?" And she was like, "What?" Just like little things, like the graffiti that was on the wall.
Okay.
As I was reading it, I was like, DTK. Why does that sound familiar? Because it's the name Ditko, which is one of the what is it? The comic book artist from Spider-Man back in the days. Steve Ditko.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
It's just like these little things that are hidden in the movie, which to be honest, you have to watch a Marvel movie more than once because there's so much packed in there. You have to watch it and just there's a lot to that story. If you just watch it once, you're just gonna miss all the little things.
All right. Well, then I'm excited for it. I really am, and I'm excited for all that's coming out, especially around the corner. Golden Globes was announced. Did you see it? Snoop Dogg actually made a surprising announcement, and in his very honor, he had a hard time mentioning Affleck, also known as Ben Affleck. He actually called him Bean Affleck, or Ben Affleck. I don't know, Ben Affleck. So I don't know. He says Ben Affleck. My fault, Snoop said with a chuckle. Sorry about that, Ben. So he also pronounced Dune. Director Denis Villeneuve, he called it Denis Villanueva. So, he had a hard time with the spelling. And you can't blame him because, it's a teleprompter. Poor guy, he had his shades on. So maybe take off the shades, Snoop. Hey, he's not used to being up so early. I think that's what it was. I had him up at 3 o'clock. He's like, oh, man, why am I doing this again? Shoot, man. I don't want to do this early in the morning. I barely got 3 hours of sleep. Man, give me my sunglasses. All right. Easy, breezy. Let's read off the Golden Globes. Jesus Sanchez. Got you. Jesus. Good job on the nomination. Yeah. It could have been that simple. Anyway, look, he had some problems all the way through. The nominees, yeah, man, he messed up everybody's name. But you know what? He made news headlines. Good job, Snoop. The star briefly corrected himself when slightly mispronouncing the names of nominees Elena Haim and Elizabeth Olsen. I get it. Sometimes we mispronounce names all the time, right? So that's a thing. Several viewers took to social media to poke fun at the silly moments. So there you go. But the nominees still came in, and rightly so. So a lot of people actually are happy. I told you. Well, let's see. I'm going to another list because that one didn't have the actual list. Hold on. Here's the full list in all its glory. Golden Globes. Have any of you seen these? And if you haven't, are you going to see them? That's what I want to know. Here we go. In the Best Motion Picture category for drama, Belfast, Coda, Dune, King Richard, and The Power of the Dog. Jesse, which do you think is going to win? Have you seen any of them?
I've seen Dune all the way through. It's an amazing movie. King Richard, I actually seen half of it. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but it was a good movie.
Okay.
So I haven't seen the other one, so I can't really judge too much. But Dune was a great movie. Very well done.
It was visually captivating. It was a little slow for me, but if you know the storyline, then you know where it's going, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Best motion picture in a musical or comedy is Cyrano, Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. I will say, I have not seen any of these, but just from the trailers, if I could nominate anything on a trailer, I would say West Side Story looks pretty good. But I don't know these other movies. I really don't. I'm not going to lie. So if you guys have some input on them, I would love to hear your thoughts on them, and we should figure that out, okay? Best Director for a Motion Picture, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter, Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, and Denis Villeneuve for Dune. So, I hope they win. Now let's go to a fun one. Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Drama, Swan Song, Mahershala Ali, Being the Ricardos, Javier Bardem, which I'm going to say this right now. He's the one that's on the posters with the Lucy movie. I don't know how I feel about it, but he doesn't remind me of Ricky Ricardo. I wonder if he did a really good Ricky Ricardo, though. You know?
Is that movie out yet? Because I thought it was supposed to come out like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I was driving east of here. No, I was driving west of here to east, and I remember seeing it, I think in Hollywood area. I don't know when it comes out, but it's got to come out before the end of the year. That much I know. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog. How was he in Spider-Man, by the way?
Oh, he was good. I enjoyed it. He was good. It leads to his movie, which is Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness. So
sweet, even better. Will Smith for King Richard and Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. So that looks pretty good, right? Best Performance by an Actress in a Musical in a Drama is The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Jessica Chastain, The Lost Daughter, Olivia Colman, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos. I will say, she did transform herself. I can't wait to see her in that one. Lady Gaga, I called it, and I was right. House of Gucci, she got, and I think she'll win this year. I really do. I think she will win. I think she honestly is unrecognizable. You didn't even know that was her based on the trailer. I remember that, right, Jesse?
Oh, I honestly did not know it was her. I wanted to watch the movie because of that performance, and I didn't even realize it was Lady Gaga. I'm not a big Lady Gaga fan, so I don't really know what she looks like straight off the face. So it was just the trailer blew me away. It was so captivating.
Well, she's definitely going to be probably the next. If you thought of any musical artist that became like good as an actress overnight, it was Streisand. Streisand was more or less known for her singing career, and then all of a sudden she ended up in movies, and then she kind of got a lot of awards in between, and now she's like, you know, the trifecta affair, you know what I mean? And that I think Lady Gaga has ahead of her, and I think she's going to do really well with it. I guarantee she's going to do more films. I guarantee she's going to do more musicals. I guarantee she's going to be able to kind of roundabout who she is. And I'm excited for her. I really am. But I already know that she's going to win. I guarantee she's going to win either an Oscar or a obviously she's won her Grammys, or a Golden Globe, right? One of the two. Or both. I don't know. I called it the moment I saw the trailer. I said she's going to get nominated. I guarantee it. Spencer, Kristen Stewart is up against her as well. But again, I think everybody's going to vote for Lady Gaga. So there you go. Those are some of the latest. If you want to know more, then know more. Oh, here's the anime feature. I love this. Encanto, which I saw. Good movie. Fun movie. And I like it. I have not seen Flea. I haven't seen Luca yet. My Sunny Mad, Raya and the Last Drago. It was okay. It was a little slow. It wasn't the way I thought it was going to be. But there you go. So that's a little bit on that series. They got TV series as well. Let us know what you guys are voting for on social media, and we'll find out if they're going to win in the end of it all. All right, people? All right, we're going to take a quick little break. Let's pay some bills. Be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
They are your online shopping source for all discount Catholic products. Please visit them at holysupplies.com. They have the Catholic jewelry of your patron saint, military branches, your favorite saint, and traditional Catholic medals. All jewelry is produced in the USA and available in 14-karat gold and sterling silver. HolySupplies.com is your source for discount Catholic jewelry. Visit HolySupplies.com today. Use discount code KMET to get 20% off and free shipping on orders over $50.
You're running out of letterhead. What do you do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Ruth didn't know she was leaving for good. She knew he would kill her. Could she save herself? Did she feel she was worth saving? How could she best protect her children? To love, honor, and betray, Ruth Tunnicliffe shares her true tale. From submissive to survivor, then thriver. Now living a proud, purposeful life as an optimistic, inspiring, peaceful warrior. Can a person heal from feeling the guilt of a decision altering many lives? Weighted by living grief, moving through lessons learned, self-discovery, and land in self-love? Can someone who's been abused in every way move to self-trust, confidence, and arrive at living in peace? To love, honor, and betray. A sincere, honest letter. To herself and her adult children, Ruth Tunnicliffe shares her story so that others may also find the inspiring, peaceful warrior within. Amazon worldwide, Barnes & Noble, RuthTunnicliffe.com.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We have Sanchez over there kicking it up and making sure we're all entertained this week. Obviously, a lot of great shows here at ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. What's going on the rest of this day, Jesse?
The rest of the day, we have Veterans Radio, which goes into military stuff and amazing stories of survivors from like World War II, Vietnam, and other stuff like that. Let's see, we got Dave Ramsey, obviously from 11 to 12, because hey, I like to listen to people who make three figures complain that they're poor. I'd be like, yeah, you think you're poor? Live off 30 grand a year and then come back.
I agree with you so much. I almost feel like they need like a young version of that show for the teenagers going into like the next few years. You know what I mean? Like get it fun with like a youthful version of Dave Ramsey, and I think we'll be ahead of it in the next 3 years. You know?
That's true. You know what? A lot of the callers, some of the callers, you know what? They're young kids.
Really?
And yeah, they're kid like there's this one kid who was like 17. He's already has like 10,000 saved because he was working like little jobs, and I'm just like, wow, way to go. And there are other kids who, well, I mean, anyone like within the 20s isn't a kid to me. So, yeah, they're like 23-year-olds paying off a full-blown house and stuff like that. So, you know, there are people who save and stuff like that. So they're just rare.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know what? Look, it is smart when you do it right, and if you get ahead of it, do it, man. If you got a good job. But I did see a report recently that a lot of seniors are taking up the job of some younger ones that are kind of quitting ahead of time. They're like, shoot, I'll work, and they're a little bit more dependable. So somehow that's started to pick up again. I'm like, you know what? Like I say, do not look a gift horse in the mouth. You know, if you can, try to work. If you got a good job, keep it, especially during coronavirus, because there's a lot of things kind of slowing down. Now, I will say this, as things are kind of slowing down, especially ahead of the holidays, obviously there are things doing really good. Like this, Xbox is beating the PlayStation 5 this holiday season for 3 reasons. In November, the biggest sales month of the year for the video game business, Xbox beat PlayStation. Unlike Sony's PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series S is widely available to buy. It's hard to find on PlayStation, huh, Jesse?
Oh, most definitely. If I to be honest, I'm probably just gonna switch from PlayStation to Xbox. If I cannot go into a store and buy a system, then I'm not gonna purchase it. I'm not gonna buy it from a retailer or a reseller with an extra $300-400. No.
Yeah. Well, and Microsoft Xbox is available at $300. Microsoft is making a strong argument with games like Halo Infinity and Forza Horizon 5. They just outsold the PlayStation 5. And you can't find a PlayStation 5 to buy at retail. That's the hard news that you just said. Demand for the PS5 has not slowed down, though. It remains in low enough supply, but it's nearly impossible to buy more than a full year after it first launched, which is the weirdest thing ever, right? You never find that ever to be of a console, ever. It just doesn't make sense. But there you go. All right, people. Anyway, we got to take a huge break. We'll be back tomorrow to play same time. Well wishes. Stay careful and stay blessed out there. Bye-bye, everyone.